Hey guys, it's your boy Dodo McGee and welcome back to another LSPDFR tutorial video. So in the last video we went through how to install EUP for the first time and we got in the Los Santos Constabulary packs, which of course are all looking fantastic as we can see here. However, as we mentioned, the elephant in the room is that we've still got all of our backup and our ambient AI driving around in the basic GTA5 police cars. Well, today we are going to be changing that because I'm going to show you how to install ELS, or the Emergency Lighting System mod for GTA5 and LSPDFR, and how to install some of your own custom police cars. Let's go. So the first thing we're going to need to get started is Emergency Lighting System itself. It's from LSPDFR.com. So like other things we've downloaded from here before, we just go across the right hand side and click download this file. Agree and download, and we're going to pick the most recent one, which is ELS version 1.05, and just click download. Once that's downloaded, we'll just open up the RAR file, and inside we've got the documentation, the installation files, and just some media. So let's move those into a folder here to make that a little bit easier. So it's a very simple install. All we need to do is go to installation files, click on that, and we've got Grand Theft Auto 5. Click on that, and these four in here we just need to drag and drop into our root GTA5 directory that we've been using before. It's the one that has got your GTA5.exe folder in it. So we'll just move those, drag and drop to where it says copy to Grand Theft Auto 5 and pop that in there. And that is it. ELS is installed. ELS is a mod that gives you better control over your vehicle's emergency lighting system, as the name suggests. And a lot of vehicles that are being made for LSPDFR now are coming as ELS compatible. So with ELS in, let's get some vehicles installed. Now the vehicles I've chosen are all of course British, as that is the build that we are creating. However, the method for installing these vehicles is the same with whatever vehicle you want to put in, be it American or anywhere else for that matter. I will leave links to all of these specific vehicles in the description down below, as I've chosen these ones as I think they will work very well with the Los Santos Constabulary configuration pack that we put in, made by Wilson the Irish in the last video. Using these specific vehicles in the slots that I'm going to be putting them in will make your game feel more realistic and flow nicely with the right sort of cars turning up for different backup options. So let's go. So for this, we've got all of the vehicles that I've downloaded here on the left hand side. We've got Ambulance, FBI, FBI 2, Fire Truck, Lifeguard, Maverick, Police, Police 2, Police 3, Police 4, Police B for Bike, Police Old 1, Police Old 2, Police T, Park Ranger, Riot, and Sheriff 1 and 2. On the right hand side we've got our OpenIV open, and we're going to go to the following location. If we use our mods folder, once again we're going to be using the mods folder as it is the safe place to install all of these. We don't want to be putting them into our normal folders because if something goes wrong then it's going to be a lot harder to undo it. So mods folder it is, and we're going to go to update, x64, DLC packs. Then we're going to scroll down and find the most recent patch day folder. For me at the minute this is patch day 27, so that is the one we're going to use. Open that up, dlc.rpf, x64, levels, GTA5, and vehicles. In here at the minute we can see we've got all of the various DLC vehicles that came out with patch 27. So we've got the new Comet, for example, and there's a Buffalo in here as well. And so we're going to be putting all of our new vehicles in with this lot so that the game will load them in the same as these ones. Now the method we're going to be doing here is we're going to be replacing the old vehicles. So the default GTA vehicles that we've got at the minute will no longer appear, and instead these new ones will appear directly in their place. So let's simply start from the top, making sure that we've got edit mode ticked over here on our OpenIV. Click yes for that. And so let's go for our ambulance first. If we go in here and we'll go to model, ambulance, and we've got 3 ambulance files. All we need to do is select the 3 of those, drag and drop. It'll go to the bottom by default, so if we have a look here, this is the new ambulance that we have got installed. And seeing as the EUP pack that we put in was all about Northwest Ambulance Service, it makes sense we've got a Northwest Ambulance Service Mercedes Sprinter in game. If we go back, next up we've got FBI. So open up the model, and as you can see at the minute this is actually made out to be FBI 2, which we don't want, we want it to be FBI. So we can simply rename this. So we can get rid of the 2 and just make it FBI. Do that on all 3 of course. Go in there, get rid of the 2, and last but not least, getting rid of that 2. And once we've done that, simply highlight those, drag and drop them in. And here is our new FBI vehicle. BMW X5 has got the dots in the windows to note that it is an armed vehicle, and this is going to be one of the ARVs that is going to be appearing in-game in replace of our FBI vehicle. So if we go back again, we'll get our FBI 2 pack, and in here we see this is named to be FBI 2, so we'll just drag and drop these and pop them in. And you see we've got same again, but this is an unmarked variant of that. You can see it's got all of the lights installed in the windows here and in the grille, as well as on the back. So that is going to be our FBI 2 vehicle. Next on the list, we've got fire truck. So if we go through to model, and there we go, we've got 3-4 fire truck, pop that in. And here is our brand new fire truck. Nice and generic, nice and red. And this is simply a process that we follow. So next up we've got our lifeguard. Now the lifeguard is what is used in the Santos constabulary configuration files as the dog vehicle. So we need to make sure at the minute we're going to use the unmarked version of this. At the minute it's saved as police. So all we need to do is go in here and rename it to L Guard. We can just copy that, and then we can rename each one of these to be L Guard. Making sure when we rename this one we keep in the underscore high. There we go, drag and drop that in, and this is now a nice BMW dog vehicle. We see it's got the cage in the back, the extractor fan, and that is our canine or dog car. Next up we've got the Maverick, so this is the police helicopter, so we'll just drag and drop that into here. It's already named Polmav as it should be, and there it is, our nice shiny NPAS. And as I've said before, these are all, of course, British emergency vehicles, but the same process can be used for absolutely anything. So if you wanted American cars, all you need to make sure it is named the right thing. So if we go into police here, we've got a Ford Focus hatchback. We go to models, we'll go to the marked version. It's already called police for us. As long as it's called the right thing, you can just drag and drop it in, and it will replace it. So let's take a look at that. Similar to EUP, sometimes the textures don't show quite right in OpenIV, but it will load completely fine in-game. So I might just do the rest of this as a bit of a time-lapse, installing the rest of these, because the process shall be exactly the same, renaming stuff that we need to rename, and just dragging and dropping it in. So there we go, that is the last of the vehicles installed. This nice XC90R designed to be our second sheriff vehicle for traffic. Now there is one final thing that needs to be done before these will completely work normally in game. So if we turn off edit mode and minimize, and if we get our GTA5 file back up, and if we go into ELS here and then pack default, we'll see that there is a XML file, one here called police. So in each one of these folders, so for Sheriff 2 here, we've got a XML file. What we need to do for each one of these, we just need to go through and make sure, again, it's got the right name to the vehicle we want, and put that into here. This is the XML file that ELS is going to use so that it will display the lighting patterns. If you don't do this, the lights will just be stuck on in a strange way, and you won't be able to have any control of them. So once again, I'll do a little bit of a time lapse of just me moving these files into here. It is as simple as, again, making sure it is the correct name, dragging and dropping into GTA5 ELS pack underscore default. And then last but not least, ambulance, drag and drop that in here. Now, if you download a vehicle that does not have an ELS folder or an ELS config in it, do not worry, you can simply copy one of these. They're all quite similar, so you can normally get away with just copying something like police, copying it out to your desktop and then renaming it to what you need and putting it back in, and then that will allow the lights to work as normal. So without further ado, I think we're pretty much done here. Let's get the game loaded up and see what we've got. So here we are then, back in game. We've got Barry, he's looking very smart in his uniform, as installed last time. We've got some of our colleagues are wandering off there, and we can already see parked up is a Ford Mondeo that we have previously installed. Let's take a little bit of a jog over and take a look at this thing. Here we go. We can see that this has worked exactly as it should. And we've got this installing in place in the slot of Police 2. I can see there's another one over there. That looks like the Police 3 slot, which is a Ford Focus, of course. Looking very nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in here and go to the garage, and then we're going to see what we've got. So here we go. We've got a couple of things on the list here. We've got our this is the Police old slot. So we've got a 2013 plate Ford Focus. We've got the Ford Focus we've just seen outside. We've got our Ford Mondeo. We've got another Ford Focus, 67 plate, this one. The Park Ranger there, the Land Rover Discovery. What else have we got? They're the same. Oh, we've got the transport van there, Ford Transit. So in this one, we've got our X5. We've got our 330 there. We've got the XC90, the 540. We've got Arm Response. We've got we've got a couple of different X5s in here, some of the old ones as well. Oh, there we've got the fire truck for fire and rescue service, and we've got the ambulance there as well. Fantastic. Let's take out this Ford Focus to begin with, and we'll take a look at the lights. Oh my lord, it's very dirty. That is a fact straight away. So then if we pull over here and let's try the lights. So whereas before we would be pushing E to turn on the lights, where we've now got ELS, it is now going to be J. And as you can see, they are working there. So J is what turns them on. You've got various sirens tones by using 1, 2, 3, etc. on your keyboard. Let's. Nice. If we also come around to the back, if we use K on the keyboard, we should have some rear reds. We do indeed. Right, we've come out here to the airfield because we're going to spawn some guards. We're going to use we're going to cheat here. We're going to use a trainer here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go down to emergency, and we're going to take a look at the ambulance. There it is. If we hit J, lights on that all appear to be working as they should. And now let's try next. We've got the X5. Lights all appear to be working. Now, as you can see with the FBI 2 here, unfortunately, all the glass is absolutely pitch black. So I will show you how to fix that in just a second. Some of the slots will do this. It's a relatively straightforward fix, but yeah, some of the lights can't be seen because all the glass is black. But anyway, let's take a look at the fire truck. Good 11, that's a big beast. There we go, lights are all working on that. So this is our dog car here. Again, some of the lights can't be seen too well because of the some issues with glass there. Another little police car here. Police 2, which we've already seen parked up outside the station. Here it is. Police 3. This appears to be another one that has got blacked out glass, but not to worry, we can fix that. Got a police bike here. Oh, Barry's put on his bike helmet. I don't know if that's quite in fitting with the rest of the uniform, but we've got one of the old X5s, one of the old ARVs. With this, of course, we've already seen. Transport van, let's take a look at the lights on this. That's got quite a lot of lights, actually. Park Ranger, that we've already seen. The riot van. And then last but not least, we've got our cruiser, our Sheriff 1, and our Sheriff 2. So there we go, there is our fleet. We've got a couple of things we need to work on though. Some of these have got black glass, so we need to fix that. And also, a lot of these lights are quite dim. They're not really popping. Right? They're not standing out as much as we would like. So what we're going to do, we're going to make all of our lights a little bit brighter, and we're going to fix out some of these glass textures. So the first thing we're going to fix is that issue with blacked out glass. So if we go to mods, update, update.rpf, common, data, levels, GTA5, and then we are looking for this one here, vehicle meta. So if we hit edit mode, being very careful with what we're doing here, and then right click next to this, and we're going to go to edit. Now, the line that's making things go wrong here is the diffuse tint. So at the top here, we've got the 9F, which is the Audi R8 looking car in-game. If you just scroll down a little bit, or you can search for it up here, you'll find the line here that is diffuse tint, and it's got a load of Fs there. This is a good default that we can use for some of the other ones, as it gives it nice clear glass. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy that with Control-C. Now we're going to use search. And I think our main culprits for this were the lifeguard car, our BMW dog car, and the FBI 2. So if we search for FBI 2, and here it is, here's the details for FBI 2. If we just scroll down, we'll find diffuse tint. And as you can see here, it's something different. So what we're going to do is highlight this, and then click paste with Control-V. And as you see, it replaces that different one, which should fix the issue for us. So now if we look for lifeguard, or L-guard as it's called in-game, and we scroll down, and we find diffuse tint, there we go, we've got another one. There's lots of A's and zeros, so we'll change that one to that, and it is going to be that. So now if we go down to the bottom right hand corner and click save here, and that will close that down for us. And of course that is just going to fix those two vehicles for us. If it is occurring with any of the other vehicles you've installed, then that is the fix for it. The next thing we're going to fix is those rather dim lights that we've got in game at the minute. You may have noticed as we were going through our vehicle folders earlier, some of them have got this British ELS settings, and so I've also got visual settings brighter police lights. That it's going to do exactly what it says on the tin. It's going to give us brighter police lights, and it's going to change the visual settings.data. So to find that, once again we go over here to our OpenIV and go to mods, update RPF, common, and data, and you see just here you've got your visual settings data. Now I'd recommend making a copy of this, so for the time being I'm just going to click and drag that out onto my desktop just to save that and keep it safe. It will of course be in the regular update folder rather than the one that's in our mods folder, but I like to keep a copy of it anyway. And then all we're going to do, making sure we've got edit mode enabled, is just click and drag this over to here, and that is going to change that. You'll see it will change from compressed encrypted to just say compressed, because we put something in the game that is not standard, so it gets rid of that, and that's just a good indication to say that yes, you've clicked and it has replaced it. So now we've done this, we can close all of this down and we can go back in game in GTA 5 to see how that has changed things. So here we are then, back in game. It's a little bit later on, so hopefully these lights should absolutely pop now. So let's get over to our car and let's hop in. And so now, if we turn on these lights, they are looking much brighter, much more vivid, and generally looking resplendent. So we're once again out here on the airstrip just to show off some of these cars. So let's get some of these lights going. Looking very nice. So we're going to once again use our menu here, and so we're going to get the ambulance and say those lights looking much better already. Same again for our ARVs. You can see this FBI 2, that glass is looking a lot clearer, so we can see all of the lights in all of their glory now, looking very bright. But this is going to get very bright very quickly here. Our lifeguard vehicle, once again, you can actually see through the windows now, so you can see all the lights in their glory. So there we are, we've got all of our vehicles with their lights twinkling away, and it's looking a lot better. As I said, this can be done with absolutely any ELS vehicle that you find. The same methods that I've shown you today can be used for building your own fleet, wherever it may be, from whatever part of the world. That's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you have found this informative. We're going to be continuing with this tutorial series, and I'm going to be showing you what you can do to make your game feel even more British by changing some road props and some road textures to make this feel a little bit more like the UK. All of which you can see in this video right here. But until then, guys, thank you all so very much for watching once again. I've been DodoMcGee, and I'll see you back on patrol.